For the Capital Weather Gang. Anytime need us, we're at cwg.live. We're going to talk about improving conditions this week. We've got lower rain chances, lower humidity, lower temperatures. It's looking pretty darn nice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We'll go through all the details. I'm going live right now on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X, and at cwg.live. That's where we are 24/7. I'm Camden Walker for our weekly Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat for 20 minutes. Bo and Jay, thanks for joining, and TCH and Karen, good to see you. We've got plenty of sunshine this week, very few clouds Monday, Tuesday, maybe a few more pop up Wednesday. Let's also talk about maybe rain chances being limited. But first, more good news. The dew points are going to be under control, especially Monday and Tuesday, near 60 degrees it looks like. Maybe into the mid 60s, a little less ideal by the time we get to Wednesday. But because temperatures, as you can see in the forecast at a glance above me, temperatures stay under control, humidity kind of stays under control. I really need the break as much as you all do for the weather looking pretty darn nice with limited rain chances, limited humidity, and low heat for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But let's talk more about the precipitation chances. In a word, low. Limited, low, very few rain chances, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those are the days we could see pop-up showers or storms. Luckily, downpour chances are pretty close to zero. Severe storm chances are pretty much zero until at least Friday, and then maybe Saturday. This is the day we start needing to think about strong and more intense storms again. But Tuesday, Thursday, if those are your outdoor days, they look spectacular with low rain chances, but Tuesday is cooler than Thursday. You can see we probably get above 90, maybe into the 90s by the time Thursday rolls around. And here are the rainfall amounts for the next 7 days, pretty darn limited, as I've been saying. Low rain chances, low rain amounts. We don't need the rain. We're out of droughts. So a half inch or less for much of the region is a-okay. But you can see southwest of town, down toward Roanoke, that's where Monday, Tuesday, we still have kind of that cold front trying to sag south and west of DC. That's where rain chances are still sticking around for some parts. And even around DC tomorrow, we could see a 1 or 2 stray showers or storms, but really very low chances. Otherwise, pollen is generally under control, except mold and mildew spores. And air quality, we should also talk about really quickly. Just yellow is about as bad, suboptimal as we're going to get. Slightly compromised, not quite ideal air quality, because we might see some surface wildfire smoke make it down to the surface briefly tomorrow. So we're all keeping an eye on it. You could smell a little bit of smoke in the air, even though you don't see any fires or barbecues nearby, let's say. So even if you do smell it, rest assured so far the concentration of the smoke is looking limited, but didn't want you to be surprised and didn't want you to think you were breathing hazardous air, which it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing enough particulate smoke matter in the air. Even ozone should stay relatively under control, but we'll keep you posted if we see worse than code yellow air quality. If it gets into orange or, of course, red, we will let you know. But didn't want you to be surprised. A little bit of smoke, maybe a little bit of haze around tomorrow as well. Looking further ahead, before I take your questions and comments, we're thinking above average temperatures, leaning toward above average temperatures again next work week. So we're looking ahead an 8 to 10 day period. Maybe we add another little bit of number of days above 90 at the end of this week into next week. So we are, still tracking average year to date 20. We're at 21 days where we've seen 90 degrees or hotter. So that's, we could see some more tracking above average, continuing to outpace the average number of 90-degree days we've seen. And precipitation is not a mistake here. It's not leaning above or below average. So maybe near average precipitation for next work week. And tropics, I know there will always be an interest in the tropics on our Sunday Sunset Live Q&A. Just a 20% chance, very slight chance that the central Atlantic low pressure, very, very weak, disorganized low pressure system, maybe over the next 7 days, has a 20% chance of developing into Dexter. We'll see if it does attain 39 mile per hour or greater sustained winds and becomes a tropical storm. It would be the D storm, Dexter. All right, let's focus on the dew point scale being awesome this week. We need this break, and humidity, temperatures, and rain chances coming up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Ron, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Jay, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Dave, good evening on Facebook. And Steve and Culpepper, thanks for tuning in. Couple nicer days this week before we go back into the soup. Yes, hopefully the soup kind of waits until Friday into the weekend. I think by the weekend we could see the soupy air and strong storm chances return. Smith, Bob, enjoy the great day today. Excellent. Julia, thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great week. Severe weather, slightly possible next weekend. It's far out. Things could change, but there are signals there, Julia. Lisa, hello. Good to see you. And Jay and April, you're most welcome. Thanks for tuning in. And David, good evening. And Patty, all right. Allie and Lariz are on Instagram. We've got Love Mika as seen by G and Coke, Mar and Marvelous. All right, excellent. Here's our Mercado. Let's see. We are indeed feeling a humid subtropical climate. We'll see what the next revisions upward may be, but I think you've seen our stories that sooner than later, in the coming decade or two, we could be like Mississippi when we were all born. That the climate regimes are moving northward toward the pole. Indeed, this is, I think, at least our second most humid summer. We did an article on that recently. I think at least tied with, I think, 1994 with the most high dew points so early in the summer. A to the, good to see you. I hope you do get to a concert this week. If you have an outdoor concert this week, Tuesday is the best day. I think hands down. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, solid 3 days, but Tuesday is the day I want everyone to try and make some time outdoors. Thursday should have 0 rain chances, but it does get hotter and a little more humid as well. All right, I think I've caught up. Make sure if I've missed your question or comment on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or X, feel free to repeat it. And Charlene, I don't like the forecast attempts going higher later in the week. And Donna, good to see you in Iowa. And Amy, near 60 dew points for Monday, Tuesday, maybe 65 by Wednesday. So slow upward trend. And I think 70 by Friday, and then mid 70s, very soupy, sultry into the weekend. All right. Tyler, our average high temperature starts to go down in about a week. So we are at 90 for our average high temperature, I think, until July 28th. And we're at 14 and a half hours of daylight between sunrise and sunset. This is our first time in the summer after the solstice where we're before 8:30 for sunset. And then I think we're after 6 a.m., right? Am I doing the math right? I think we're now going to be tomorrow morning after 6 a.m. for a sunrise. All right, Patty, hello in Arlington. Good to see you. And I, so far, don't see any severe weather like you're speaking of until maybe a strong storm chance by Friday into the weekend. JT and Fish and Leslie, good to see you on Instagram. All right. Let's see. Amy, good. Thank you very much. And David, indeed, we are very humid. It's indeed with near 60 dew points over the next 2 days. If not even Wednesday, dew points near 65, I'll take it. It's a good break. We should stay below 90, dew points below 65, and very few clouds at times. Maybe at time we see some more clouds by Wednesday. So let's look at clouds really quick, just to kind of give you a bright sense to the week, right? Fewer clouds than we've seen in recent days and weeks. Monday, Wednesday could see some pop-up clouds, a stray shower, a stray storm, and then cloudier by Friday into the weekend as humidity starts ramping back up, storm chances, even strong storm chances as early as Friday, but probably waiting until the weekend. So we'll see. Overall, it's a bright week. And if you're looking for some sunshine and getting outdoors during some comfortable air, especially on Tuesday, I say do it. Just make sure you wear that sunscreen. And we've been over the dew points, giving us a break Monday, Tuesday, and a little bit Wednesday. And precipitation is limited to low chances this week. Tuesday, Thursday, I think, are the 0 chance days. But we could see, by Friday night, the weekend, a little more rain chance coming into the picture. I think maybe waiting for the weekend for some more organized showers and storms, which could maybe few could turn strong severe by then. But I think for the Monday, Wednesday rain chance, we're talking 1 or 2 pop-up brief showers or storms. I just don't want you to, it's not worth planning around, but I don't want you surprised either. If you do see a storm or shower near you, it shouldn't last too long, Monday or Wednesday. All right, rainfall amounts over the next 7 days. To reiterate, that's very limited low rain amounts, half-inch or less over much of the region, especially the southern Delmarva, small tongue twister. That is the driest part of our region, but overall, we don't need the rain. This is a sign of the low humidity, low water vapor in the air for parts of this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this is good. The front is sagging south and west of us, down toward Roanoke over the next couple days. That's why rain chances are so limited, even Monday and Wednesday, where we might see a stray shower or storm chance. But Tuesday, I think I can commit to 0% chance for rain Tuesday and 0% chance for Thursday. Watch me, be too confident on that, but that's what I'm thinking at this point. Otherwise, we've got pollen generally under control. Allergens are good except for the mold and mildew category. Sorry for my mold and mildew sufferers. That's been high over the last recent couple days. And then air quality I want to touch on really quick. We should see a limited, suboptimal air quality. It's yellow, so not quite perfect green air quality. And yellow doesn't really affect anyone, but we might see, just in case you smell it tomorrow, a little bit of smoke, wildfire smoke from Canada. Could make it down near the surface. So you're not imagining things. If you smell a little bit of smoke, we could have a little elevated ozone as well, but we're watching this just to make sure it's limited smoke, particulate matter in the air and ozone levels. It shouldn't be a major issue, but we haven't seen much near surface wildfire smoke make it in from Canada recently. So just wanted to flag that briefly. Looking ahead to next work week, temperatures are leaning above average. We may add some more days where we are 90 degrees or hotter, still tracking above average. Year to date 20 is the average, and now we're at 21. So we're keeping that pace pretty good this year. And then precipitation for next work week is near normal. There's no signal either below or above average. I checked this map. It is supposed to be blank because we're expected to be relatively near average for precipitation next work week. And tropics, just to close out my summary here. I know we always have some tropical interests here on the Sunday Sunset Live Q&A chat. Only one system has a low chance in the central Atlantic of developing in the next 7 days. If it does become a tropical storm, it will become the D storm. Dexter is next on the list. All right, let's just demonstrate clouds are limited this week. Decent amount of clear skies at times. I'm Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. We're at cwg.live anytime you need us. Also on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram. This is 20 minutes where we chat every Sunday, every week, usually on Sunday, unless it's a holiday Monday. And I'm on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. And we're talking to Liz on Facebook. Hello, and Dave. Good carnival weather for the Mount Airy Firemen's Carnival this week. And Patty, I'm glad you were going to enjoy the limited precipitation for the work week. And David, we don't have stats out just yet on that, but I haven't seen records set for broad precipitation patterns in the region. And Vegan, thanks for tuning in on X. I'm really happy you can plan your week and we can rest on the humidity until probably Thursday, Friday, and especially soupy potentially this upcoming weekend with a strong storm chance to keep in the back of your mind. And Amy, I'm glad you're tuning in on Facebook. I'm happy to help you. And Jana, good to see you on Facebook as well. All right. I think we've got Jojo on Instagram and EPB and Marsha and KT and RG and Paola. All right. Have I missed any questions or comments here on Instagram? Oh, Maisie, thanks for tuning in. You're most kind. And we've got Fish and Olivia and Nancy. All right. I think I've caught up for now. And Martha, good to see you. And KTH and E. Henley and Kahanoid, if I'm saying that right. I like all these usernames. And Dali Jill. Very good. And Rick, it is pretty nice weather this week. Let's recap. Not only decent amounts of sunshine in this cloud animation below, decent dew points at or below 60 for Monday, Tuesday. I think Tuesday is going to be our nicest day this week, so clear your schedules if you can. And coming along with more sunshine, lower humidity, lower temperatures, there's a lower precipitation chance. We are looking like pretty nice. We're sitting pretty good. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, very limited chances. I think Tuesday and Thursday are 0% rain days. Monday, Wednesday, a stray storm, quick shower. That's all I'm thinking for Monday, Wednesday. Don't want you to be surprised. We still do have some, little piece of atmospheric dynamic, a cold front trying to sag away from us. But it's taking its time, and we'll see. There could be something that pops up, not worth planning around, but just don't be surprised. And just hang tough, hang tight, get some quick shelter. It will be brief Monday, Wednesday if we do see a stray shower or storm. Now, Friday and then more so into the weekend, I think rain chances do go up along with humidity, and then maybe even a strong storm chance re-enters the picture by the weekend. But next 7 days, rainfall amounts limited, ½ inch or less for much of the core area of the region. So again, not worth planning much around rain chances, very limited rain chances, especially for the work week. So we'll keep you posted at cwg.live as we go through this week, a little more forecast confidence by the end of the week and for the weekend. But just enjoy a break from the heat, humidity, stickiness, rain chances, all of it. We deserve it. All right, pollen and allergies are pretty good except for mold and mildew, which is high. And air quality, still pretty good. Even the yellow, so it's suboptimal, just a little bit compromised, a little bit less than ideal. That's coming from some wildfire smoke that might make it to the surface tomorrow. It looks like you might smell a little bit in the air, but so far everyone's watching it on the team at cwg.live and the various air quality folks in the states and the DMV. But so far it looks like a limited impact air quality yellow at worst as it appears now. So we'll keep you posted if that changes. And then I'll put up temperatures for next week are leaning above average. Maybe the heat tracker, we add more days toward 90 degree or hotter days. It's still above average, still above our average tracking for where we should be 20 by now. We're at 21. And then precipitation still near normal, no signal. Near normal for next week, neither above nor below currently signaled or expected. And then Hurricane Center watching just with very slight chance in the central Atlantic over the next 7 days. A disturbance may develop into D-storm named Dexter. All right, let's put up the comfortable dew point scale, maybe near 60 Monday and Tuesday, and 65 is still fine on Wednesday. Donna, good to see you, and Ruth Elisa. Thanks, Rick. Good to see you as well. Enjoy the weather. And KD, and hello, Jenny, and Chief City, and CH, and Misha, and Hal, and Cindy, and H.A. Stennis. Good to see you on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X. I'm Camden Walker for the Capital Weather Gang. We're at cwg.live, and here you can follow us on all 4 of our social media channels. We do this weekly chat, 20 minutes every Sunday, unless it's a holiday Monday. And I think we're almost out of time over the next couple minutes. Let me know if you have any final questions or comments about the calmer, enjoyable weather coming in for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then some humidity and heat slowly returns for the end of the week, and then rain chances really might get going again by the weekend, if not maybe Friday. Liz, loving the lower humidity. I am as well, near 60 dew points for Monday, Tuesday, and still mid-60s, hopefully holding on for Wednesday as well. And we stay below 90, I think, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which is exciting for me. Our average high is still around 90 degrees for downtown DC. Debbie and Stitch and Lutz and Serta, good to see you on Instagram. And Donna, and let's see, make sure I haven't missed any questions or comments on Instagram really quick. Johnny, just got back from New Mexico, did not miss humidity at all. I'm very jealous if you got to New Mexico. I have yet to go. And then we've got, let's see, Sky, good to see you, and JB, excellent. All right, Dave, thanks for joining. I hope you have a good week as well. And Ruth Elisa says, hooray for low humidity. Indeed, an alley 60 dew point will feel like a desert at this point. We are so used to dew points well into the 70s, if not around 80 degrees. I think maybe below 60 tomorrow at times is going to feel very dry. Watch us all need an extra glass of water for hydration. All right, I think that is all for me for this evening. I will see you next Sunday for a weekly Sunday Sunset Chat then. Remember, we're at cwg.live 24/7. Anytime you need us, that's our live blog. The latest thoughts go up there all the time. And thanks for tuning in on our 4 social media channels. Make sure you're following us at Capital Weather on all 4 of these. And I'll see you next Sunday for a weekly chat then. I'm Camden Walker, and enjoy the comfortable heat. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, below 90 it looks like. Limited clouds. limited rain this week. That only adds up to maybe a ½ inch at most in parts of the region, and some places may stay dry for the next 7 days completely as well. And David, if it's still pretty warm for you, wear the light colored clothing, lightweight, breathable clothing layers, and you have a good week as well, Ruth Lisa. And Dave, you take care. And Allie, you're most welcome. Thanks for tuning in again on Instagram. All right, everyone. I will hope you take off on Tuesday.